So, what if I told you there's a secret weapon for your IELTS speaking test, and it has absolutely nothing to do with memorizing crazy complex words? Today, we're going to break down a simple idea that can make a massive difference in your score: politeness.
Let's just dive right into it with a question. You could have perfect grammar, a killer vocabulary, but what if, without even realizing it, you're coming across as rude? Honestly, it's a super subtle mistake that might be the one thing holding you back from that higher score.
So, what exactly is this hidden mistake? Well, it's a really common trap, and believe me, even the most prepared students fall right into it, and they have no idea.
I mean, we all think this is the magic formula, don't we? You know, complex vocabulary plus perfect grammar equals a top score. You spend months, maybe even years, grinding away at word lists and grammar rules, thinking that's the whole game.
But here's the twist. You can have all of that down perfectly and still get a lower score than you were hoping for. So what's going on? Well, it turns out it's not always what you say, but how you say it.
The whole issue comes down to one thing: abruptness. This is when your English is technically correct, but the tone just feels blunt, a little too direct. Now, the examiners, they're trained to pick up on this, and it subtly tells them that your communication skills aren't quite at that advanced level yet.
Okay, let's make this real. I want to show you exactly how this plays out in a real test, and you're going to see just how huge a difference a few simple words can make.
Just look at the contrast here. No, that's wrong. It's a total dead end, right? It's confrontational, and it just stops the conversation in its tracks. But the response on the right? That opens a door. You're showing respect, and you're giving yourself the perfect launchpad to build a much more complex and impressive answer.
So, how do we actually fix this? The solution is to start thinking like a strategist. Let's break down how we can upgrade our language with this politeness strategy across all three parts of the test. Let's kick things off with part one. The question's all about you. Instead of just giving these flat, factual answers, this is your chance to use polite phrasing to really inject some personality and show a little more depth. The difference here is massive. I like pop music. I mean, it's fine, but it's totally forgettable. But I'm quite fond of pop music. The melodies really resonate with me. Now that's an answer. It uses richer language. It tells the examiner something interesting about you. It's memorable.
Okay, moving on to part two, where you're telling a story. This is where softening your language really signals maturity and emotional intelligence. And those are the hallmarks of a truly advanced speaker.
Saying you were angry is okay, but it's a bit of a blunt instrument. Frustrated, on the other hand, is so much more nuanced. It's more specific, it's more sophisticated, and it shows the examiner you have a much richer emotional vocabulary to draw from.
And now, for part three, the abstract discussion. This is where the stakes get even higher. Politely disagreeing isn't just about being nice. It's absolutely crucial. It's how you prove that you can thoughtfully handle complex and sometimes even controversial topics.
This right here is a perfect example of high-level communication. The phrase on the right doesn't just disagree. It shows that you're pausing, you're considering the other side, and then you're building your own thoughtful argument. That is a seriously powerful skill to show off.
Here's another classic part three moment. The first statement is just a simple, bold opinion. The second one, though, it acknowledges that the issue is complex, and that ability to see a topic from multiple angles. That is a huge point scorer.
So let's just reframe this whole thing. The key takeaway here is that in the IELTS test, politeness isn't just about having good manners. It is a powerful linguistic strategy that you can use to prove your command of the English language.
Okay, so how does this actually get you more points? Let's connect this strategy directly to the 4 official scoring areas. This is where you're going to see the real magic happen.
See, this isn't just a tiny tweak. It's a tool that lifts your entire performance. Using these polite phrases naturally pushes you to create more complex sentences, and boom, that boosts your grammar score. It brings in more sophisticated vocabulary, and it makes your speech flow better. And maybe most importantly, it just creates a really powerful, positive overall impression.
Ready to put this into action? Here's a super simple 3-step plan. First, just start listening to yourself and identify your habits, those common, direct phrases you tend to use. Second, practice some alternatives. And finally, and this is the key, you have to internalize them. Use them in your daily life so they become totally natural on test day. So I'll just leave you with this one question. What is the one polite phrase you can start practicing today? Just think about it.
That single change is your first step on the path to a more sophisticated, higher scoring performance. You've got this.